Rumpus is a one-stop solution that allows you to exchange files with the people you work with. It's sophisticated software that's surprisingly easy to set up and administer, and even easier for your clients to use. Let's take a look at just how Rumpus allows anyone you like to download, upload, and manage files. First, Rumpus is a complete, standards-compliant FTP server, which means that anyone who is used to traditional FTP can log in and transfer files. Rumpus also supports secure FTP, SFTP, and WebDAV, so your clients can use virtually any modern file transfer software to interface with a Rumpus server. In short, savvy users who are comfortable with dedicated file transfer software will have no trouble working with Rumpus. But the best part of Rumpus is what we call the Web File Manager, which is a complete file exchange service accessible to anyone using the standard web browser they use every day. For example, let's say you need someone, anyone, to send you a file, but it's too big to send via email. Send them a link to your Rumpus Dropbox, and the outside person just clicks the link, selects the file, and sends. For the people you work with, sending files couldn't be easier, and the file is delivered directly and securely right to your network. With Rumpus, you'll also be able to send large files without size restrictions or clogging up email delivery. Dropship links allow you to send a file, again to anyone in the world, that can be downloaded with just a click. These simple links are great for exchanging files with people you don't work with very often, but there are probably people who need to transfer and manage files on a regular basis too. Those people will access the server using a standard web URL and then log in to their own content area on your server. Let's say I have a client, Bob, who I need to share files with. Bob can simply access my server, enter the name and password I've provided for him, and he is granted access to his own content area. The listing shows all files and folders in Bob's content folder and can be viewed in traditional mode or as thumbnails. To download any file to his local computer, Bob just clicks the file. Users can delete, rename, and otherwise manage files in their content area, and reduced size previews of images and video files are also accessible for quick display. To upload a file, Bob just drags it from his computer into the listing. On this server, I have a second user set up for Mary, who I also need to share files with, but who is completely unrelated to the first user, Bob. Mary connects to the same server URL, but logs in with her own username and password. The interface is the same, and she can perform all the same actions, but her content area is a completely different folder. Mary can't see Bob's content, and Bob can't see hers, because each have their own content area. Of course, I could set up shared folders both users would have access to, so users of my system can collaborate in whatever way I choose. And as the system administrator, when I log into Rumpus, I can see everybody's content folder. Other common tasks available in the Rumpus web interface include generating a dropship link to a file on the server, deleting files, deleting folders, moving a file to a subfolder, downloading an entire folder, downloading multiple select files, and uploading multiple files all at one time. Of course, you can also restrict these options so that each person accessing the system can perform only those tasks you've allowed them to perform. All of this functionality is made possible by a Rumpus server you install and manage yourself on your own network. If setting up a server sounds intimidating, check out the next screencast. Rumpus makes it surprisingly simple.